Hi, Debbie.
Hello, I didn't want to be late tonight.
No, you're fine. Let's see. You are the first one, and our attorney, Peter, is also here. Did I do that right? Well, our attorney, Peter, was just here, and now I tried to promote him as a panelist, and I don't see him anymore. Oh,
Oh, there.
I think it should be fine. Peter, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. I don't know if I did something wrong. You disappeared for.
Yeah, I think that was on my end.
Oh, okay. No
I'm trying to
problem.
make sure I'm stable over here.
You're good. Well, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll get started in a bit when our four others join, and I think it should be there's a few different requests in it, but I think it should be fairly straightforward. So I see our architect on the case, Joe, is joined. We're going to keep the applicant and their architect in the sort of listening room for now until we get to their part of the meeting. So Peter, I thought you were Charles' son. You're Neil's son.
I am. Yep, a Bruntrager, not a Billings.
Gotcha. And is there several of you in the law firm?
Yeah. So my dad is Neil, and then my brother Jonathan is in the firm, and then Chuck is my uncle. His son is my cousin is Charlie, who's there, and then I've got an uncle Dan who's also in the firm, and an Aunt
wow.
Mary. So several Bruntragers and several Billings.
Okay, I didn't realize all the family connections in there. Okay.
Yeah. And we keep it, mostly healthy around the office even with all the family there.
Yeah. It's got to be tough.
So how does poor Mr. Billingsley feel since he's not related?
Well, I didn't hear from anybody that they couldn't make it, so hopefully they'll join soon. All right.
Hi, Tom.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Tom.
How are we doing?
I'm doing okay.
Another month down the drain, huh?
That's true. It's sad, but yeah. They go by so quick in between these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Randy has joined.
Ah,
Hello, Randy.
hello, I'm sorry. I was a
Hi,
bit,
Randy.
Fine. We got one more we're waiting on.
One more or two more?
Just one more.
Oh,
No,
I thought
you're right. You're right. Two more.
Scott and BJ were coming.
Yeah, BJ and Scott, you're right. Our applicants are waiting and listening, but we'll hold them in listening mode till we get to that part of the meeting. Hello, Scott.
Guys,
ah,
We've always got one holdout. We'll wait for BJ for a minute.
be right back.
Okay. For our applicants, we're waiting on one more board member to join. And we have a guest attorney tonight, Peter Bruntrager. He's Neil's son.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
And member of Neil's firm.
Yes,
Right. Not just stepping in.
not just hanging out. Yeah.
I'm just gonna have my kids sub in if it's good.
Did everyone get the hard copy packets that I put at the doors today?
No, but I could go get it now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If it's out there,
Don't come in the
Yeah.
front door.
let me run and get it.
Yeah, I should have probably told everyone I was doing it. But yeah, it should be hanging on your front door.
I got it.
Yeah. Good. Oh, here's BJ.
Hello.
Can you hear us, BJ?
Yep.
All right, we see you. Did you get the hard copy packet that I put at your door?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. It should be hanging on your front door if you want to go grab it, and then we could get started. Or if you're okay without it, you know.
I'm in my office.
Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot.
No biggie.
Okay. Well, I guess when everyone is ready, feel free to start.
All right. I will call to order the Thursday, January 14th, 2021 meeting of the Board of Adjustment. Ms. Solberg, can you please take the roll?
Scott Nixon,
Here.
Randy Sprague,
Here,
Tom Waltz,
Well, he was here.
he's at the front door.
okay, BJ Papillo,
Here.
Debbie Sahlberg is here. And do we want to wait a second till Tom comes back?
Yeah.
Yes. So, yes.
He must have a big, oh, maybe he's upstairs. He must have a bigger house than I do. Oh, there he is.
Great.
Tom,
Yeah,
Tom, I'm calling roll. Are you here?
I'm here. Yeah, I was out there, but now I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Next is procedure. The process here is tonight is we will, the city will present a case for each docket item. Then the applicant will have an opportunity to present their case. Anyone in favor may speak. Anyone opposed to the public, then we will close the board meeting for outside discussion, and the board will discuss amongst ourselves. It takes 4 out of 5 members to approve any docket item, and you will have a decision tonight. I miss anything? I think that's it. Debbie, please call the first docket number.
Docket number 23. Do I need to read the powers of the board first?
Yeah. I think we do that first.
Go ahead. You should.
Powers relative to variations. When, by reason of exceptional narrowness, shallowness, or shape of a specific piece of property as of September 20th, 1956, or by reason of exceptional topographical conditions or other extraordinary or exceptional situation or condition of a specific piece of property, which condition is not generally prevalent in the neighborhood, the strict application of the area regulations of this zoning code would result in peculiar and exceptional practical difficulties to, or exceptional and undue hardship upon the owner of such property. The board is hereby empowered to authorize, upon an appeal relating to such property, a variation from such strict application so as to relieve such difficulties or hardships.
Take a breath.
Docket number 2341 is a petition submitted by Joe Page on behalf of Justin Strutman and Nicole Miller Strutman for an application for variance from sections 153.068 subsection J, 153.068 subsection L, 153.068 subsection N of the zoning code of the city of Webster Groves. The applicant is requesting one variance of 5 feet from the required 8-foot west side yard setback in order to structurally alter an existing non-conforming accessory structure located 3 feet from the west side property line. The applicant is requesting a second variance of 2 feet from the required 5-foot north rear yard setback in order to structurally alter an existing non-conforming accessory structure located 3 feet from the north rear property line. The applicant is requesting a third variance of 81 square feet from the maximum 725 square foot ground floor area allowed at an accessory structure at the subject property in order to structurally alter an existing non-conforming accessory structure with a ground floor area of 806 feet. The property is located at 503 Foot Avenue within the A3 10,000 square foot residence district.
Would the city like to present?
Peter, that is you.
Am I unmuted now?
Oh, yeah, you are unmuted.
Okay. Yes, that was my cue. Okay, so we'll move to include into the record the following exhibits. Exhibit 1, the public hearing notice posted at the subject property on January 11th, 2021. Exhibit 2, the application for a request for variance. Exhibit 3, any property tax records and aerial photograph of the subject property from the St. Louis County website, accessed by city staff on January 7th, 2021. Exhibit 4, aerial photograph of the subject property from the city's GIS map, accessed on January 7th, 2021. Exhibit 5, section 53.068 of the Municipal Zoning Code of Webster Groves. Exhibit 6, public hearing notice proof and affidavit of publication published in the Webster Kirkwood Times on January 8th, 2021. Exhibit 7, letter to the applicant from city staff providing notification of the public hearing date and location sent on January 7th, 2021. Exhibit 8, city staff's PowerPoint presentation before the Board of Adjustment tonight on January 14th, 2021. And Exhibit 9, Chapter 53 zoning code of the city of Webster Groves. And then we'll present witness Danny Jandusa. You ready?
Yep.
Please
Okay.
state your name.
Mr. Jandusa, is the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, it is.
Okay, please proceed.
I apologize. I should be used to that. Could you please state your name?
Danny Jandusa.
And are you employed by the city of Webster Groves?
Yes, I am,
In what capacity?
as planner,
What are your duties in that position?
to administer and execute zoning regulations.
Through your work with the city, are you familiar with 503 Foot Avenue?
Yes,
Is it within city limits?
yes, it is.
In what zoning district within the city is the property located?
It is in the A3 10,000 square foot residence district.
What variance is requested by the applicant?
The applicant is requesting 3 variances. The applicant is requesting 1 variance from the of 5 feet from the required 8-foot west side yard setback in order to structurally alter an existing non-conforming accessory structure that is located 3 feet from the west side property line. The second variance is for 2 feet from the required 5-foot north rear yard setback in order to structurally alter the accessory structure located 3 feet from the north rear property line. The applicant is requesting a third variance of 81 square feet from the maximum allowable 725 square foot ground floor area that is allowed at an accessory structure in order to structurally alter the existing non-conforming accessory structure that has a ground floor area of 806 square feet.
What municipal code sections apply to those requests?
So there are several municipal code sections that would apply to the request. For the first variance, one section particular would be 53.068 subsection J in the development standards for accessory structures. It states that any detached accessory building with a gross floor area exceeding 672 square feet or with a building height as defined in section 53.020 of the zoning code, which would exceed 12 feet, shall comply with the minimum side yard setback requirements of the district as applied to the primary structure. This is the case here. The accessory structure exceeds 672 square feet and exceeds 12 feet in height. So a minimum side yard setback would be applied from the standard A3 setbacks, which states in 53.063 subsection C1 that there shall be a side yard on each side of the building having a width of not less than 8 feet for residential structures, and that would apply to the detached garage. for the second variance request, which is related to the rear yard setback, it would be section 53.068 subsection N in the development standards for accessory structures. It states that accessory buildings may be built in a rear yard, but such accessory structures shall not occupy more than 30% of a rear yard and shall not be nearer than 5 feet to any side or rear lot line. So in this case, the code section would be applying the 5-foot rear yard setback. And then the third variance request is related to the ground floor area of the accessory structure. It is from subsection L in 53.068. States that lots exceeding an average width of 100 feet may be granted an additional 25% increase to what is otherwise allowed herein, but in no, and that's really the applicable part of that subsection. This lot is over 100 feet wide, so they are granted a additional 25% increase to what they would otherwise be allowed to have on the ground floor area, which would, it would otherwise be maxed out at 40% of the gross floor area of the primary structure. They're allowed a 25% increase, so their maximum allowable ground floor area would come up to be 725 square feet, and the existing structure that they are seeking to alter exceeds that 725 square foot maximum.
You describe the existing conditions of the property relevant to the first variance request?
Sure. So shown above, shown on the screen is a boundary and improvement survey of the subject property. According to St. Louis County records, the existing house was built in 1869, and the accessory structure in question was built in 1983. The existing detached garage is a non-conforming accessory structure. It is located, as described before, it is located 3 feet from the side and rear property lines, which is closer than is allowed for a detached, an accessory building of this size and height. Shown above are the minimum required setbacks that would be required for an accessory structure of this size and height. The building obviously is not meeting those standards. Additionally, it is non-conforming as described because the maximum ground floor area of an accessory building on this lot is 725 square feet, but the existing ground floor area of the building is 806 square feet. Shown here are photos of the existing structure. It's a detached garage with livable space above. You can see photos of the existing pergola porch roof that they are seeking to replace with a new porch roof structure. You can also see on the bottom center photo is a photo of the existing east elevation of the building, which they are seeking to add some exterior windows and doors on the east side of the building.
And did you just explain the variance requests?
Oh,
Can you
yeah, and
explain?
then I can get to the variance request too. So the applicant is looking to remove and replace the existing porch structure, roof structure on the front of the building. You can see it identified in red and circled on the site plan as the location of the proposed exterior windows and doors on the building. The proposed modifications would be located within the allowable buildable area. However, anytime you're altering a non-conforming accessory structure, a full zoning review comes into play, and any modification requires full zoning compliance on the structure. Here we have a roof plan provided by the applicant. The above top photo circled in yellow represents the existing pergola roof structure that they'd like to remove. The lower photo identifies the smaller shed roof they'd like to install just over the entrance of the garage, or of the the doorway to the structure. Here are proposed elevations provided by the applicant. And there is also elevations of the east side, the right side, where they'd like to install the new windows and doors. And that's all I have.
City has nothing further.
Danny, this was built, we think it was built without permits.
We weren't able to find exact permit records, but at that point, we believe St. Louis County was doing the permit review. And at that point, 3 feet may have been the required setbacks for accessory structures. I'd have to look and see, but that it may have been meeting at the time.
Okay, and it wasn't in the city's purview, and
Right.
maybe you're not really sure. It's very murky.
Right.
The when and how this appeared. Okay, what else?
And then Danny, the rear yard variance, that's really just only the one tip of the garage, correct? So it looks like
Yes, it looks like it's just sort of
just a very small portion.
yeah, it's just angled
Really
in a
what's
way that
causing the-
correct.
Is the garage, I mean, they're not technically enlarging the garage building, right? They're
No.
replacing a roof
Correct. They're
that
taking-
really covers a part of the patio.
correct.
Right. Okay.
And the patio is within the buildable area, right?
Yes.
I don't have anything further.
I don't have anything at this point, at this time either. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Danny, do you want to bring in the?
Yes. I will bring, I'm going to bring over the architect first, Joe Page, and then if the homeowners would like to speak after that, I'll ask them to raise their hand. First, we'll talk with Joe Page, the architect. Joe, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay. Yep.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Joe Page.
Good evening.
That's your name, Joe Page? Please.
Yes.
You solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you for assembling tonight to hear our petition, and just kind of reiterating, I mean, everything that Danny said was what we're looking for. Just the homeowners have been dealing with kind of some accelerated deterioration of that existing flat roof structure, and looking to remedy that by going back in with a sloped roof to help manage the water drainage better. And
Can you go into more detail on the deterioration, please?
yeah, so currently it's, as you saw in some of the pictures, it's a pergola framed structure, and then it was just simply a pergola over where the garage door, overhead door is, and then over in the area where the patio is, whoever completed that construction put in a corrugated plastic roofing on top of that pergola structure, and then tucked a gutter on the inside of the box beam. So the water is essentially coming over and draining basically onto the top of the box beam and into that gutter, kind of. And then it wasn't very well sealed to the actual wall of the building either. So water is infiltrating between the joint of the flat roof and the accessory structure wall, as well as spilling down all over the box beam and the supporting columns. So the supporting box beam is rotting and coming apart. The supporting column is doing the same. And the assumption is it's only a matter of time before the pergola rafters and everything else starts to follow suit. So that's the concern was, collapse potentially of that roof structure, and with having young kids and everything, we're just looking to alleviate that in the best way possible to not have to worry about the same thing happening in the future.
Thank you.
Sure. So that is the main driving force for the request for the covered porch restructure. And then separately from that, they also were looking to renovate the interior spaces of the building because it's a pretty awkward layout currently. And so in doing that, we're looking to basically get rid of a single man door on that east side and replace it with a bigger sliding door unit and some windows to really open up the space, because the space in between the actual garage and that east wall is quite narrow, but it's a full 2-story height space. So it's a really awkward kind of tight space that is not very functional. So by opening it up with the windows and the doors, it helps with the overall feel of that space and functionality. And that's really the main thing they're just looking to accomplish with this request.
Any questions for Mr. Page? Okay. Does the applicant want to speak? They don't have to. They're welcome to.
Sure. If the app, I'll bring them over. They can add if they have anything to add. Mr. Strutman, can you hear us?
There he is. He's not muted. Hi, Justin.
Hello.
Would you like testimony?
Sure. I
Let's swear you
have
in.
to be
real
sworn
quick.
in.
Yeah, sorry. Is the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, it is.
All right, go ahead. Please tell us about your garage.
Well, I'll just reiterate Joe's appreciation to this group for getting together and hearing this. I guess real quickly, I'm going to reiterate from my perspective what's going on here. And we really do have some major deterioration of the building, of the components that we're trying to replace here. Really, we're just trying to make it safer and then deal with the water issue that currently exists. As far as the side of the building, the previous owner used this space as a magician's theater, which is a very specific and non-transferable type of use for others. So really what we're trying to do with that aspect of the building is just to make it more accessible and usable, and something that our family and whoever it is to come will actually get some more value out of.
Okay. No more magic.
And I will say, yeah, we'll try to do some kind of fun things, but less magic, I suppose. What was I going to say? Yeah, and I do know that the prior owner was kind of selling us on the idea that they were going to do some things over here, and I don't know if they knew that the building was non-conforming and can tell us or what, but we were kind of left with this as a surprise. But I know that doesn't really factor in that much, but I do want to share that. So, and that's all I have. Unless you guys have questions.
Any questions? Okay. Is there...
I just wanted one. So that this currently is a 2-car garage and will remain a 2-car garage with some accessory living. accessory activity space. I mean, you have a bathroom, but nobody lives out here, right? You haven't banished
Oh,
one of
no.
the children to the garage or anything.
No, I mean, you can imagine during COVID times that we've used this space a lot more than we'd ever thought we would have, just to have some ability to do some work from home, to get away from the kids for a little bit. But yeah, there's no intention of ever using this as actual like a bedroom or anything like that.
Thank you.
Okay, we're done there. Is there anybody, Danny, else that'd like to speak in favor that you can see?
I do not see any others.
Okay, or against? Okay, so we will close the meeting to the public. You guys stay on, we'll deliberate and make a decision.
Need a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
Any more closed than usual or just typical?
No, just typical.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and speak first. I think this sounds like it is absolutely an undue hardship. It sounds like there may have been some shoddy work and they're looking to replace it. And as far as I can tell, they're not really expanding anything. They're just repairing and bringing it into conformity that they can actually use the space, and it makes complete sense to me.
Well, I tend to agree that they've inherited a situation that that has become a problem. You know, in purchasing the house and the accessory structures in good faith. I tend to think that this is a very minor variation to the requirements, especially for a structure that's the better part of 40 years old. So I would be inclined to approve this one as well, this request as well.
I think it's been pointed out that when the structure was built, it met the county standards, and that was before Webster standards kicked in. So now they're under the second governing body, I guess, Webster Groves. So I just point that out, and I also point out that the one variance request on the rear yard barely touches the structure. So I too think they're trying to solve a problem that the building's presented. And what space they're adding is really between the garage and the house, not impacting a neighbor.
Well, I wouldn't even call what they're doing adding space. I think they're just, I mean, they're putting a real roof rather than a pergola over a doorway. You know, so it's not like they're expanding the garage, the accessory structure at all.
Yeah.
I think I agree with all that. We've got an odd situation, and they're certainly not making it worse. They might be making it better, certainly for that.
Mr. Bontrager, should these motions be each of the variances separately?
Yeah, I think that there should be a finding of fact for each of the separate variance requests.
Okay.
So 3 votes.
Okay.
All right, Peter, 3 votes for Debbie.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd like to make a motion to approve the variance for the 5 foot from the required 8 foot west side yard setback. I'd like variance. I'd like to of docket number 2341.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. On the rear, you said, Debbie, right?
The 5 foot from the required 8 foot west side yard setback. I'm just reading the first one that's listed.
We're approving the side yard setback variance. We're going to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, approved.
Do you want me to poll the commission, poll the board?
Yeah, I guess we do. Yes, I'm sorry. Please.
Scott Nixon,
Aye.
Randy Sprague,
Aye.
Tom Waltz,
Aye.
BJ Papillo,
Aye.
and Debbie Solberg votes aye.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve a variance of 2 feet from the required 5-foot north rear yard setback for docket item 2341.
Second,
All right, motion and a second to approve the rear yard setback. We're gonna vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Scott Nixon,
Aye.
Randy Sprague,
Aye.
Tom Waltz,
Aye.
BJ Papillo,
Aye.
and Debbie Solberg votes aye.
One more to go.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the third variance of 81 square feet from the maximum 725 square foot ground floor area in order to structurally alter the existing non-conforming structure for docket 2341.
I would second that.
Okay. We have the maximum square footage variance seconded. And all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Scott Nixon,
Aye.
Randy Sprague,
Aye.
Tom Waltz,
Aye.
BJ Papillo,
Aye.
and Debbie Solberg votes aye.
Okay. Thank you, guys. You've been approved. Please see Mr. Jandusa for next steps.
Okay, so we do have some other business tonight. Since Zach Wood is no longer on the board, we do need to nominate and vote upon a new chair for the board. That would be up to you to decide. I believe, like,
I nominate Debbie for president.
I was going to nominate Scott Nixon.
No. Do we want to talk about it? I still travel a lot. I'm happy to do it. I think Debbie could do a fine job. And
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm going to need some help from Danny. I'd be willing to be chairman. I am going to need some help from Danny, and I'm going to need the, the cheat sheet that you used to pass out,
Oh, yeah.
sent to me so I can laminate it or something.
Okay, we can
I
do
mean, if
that.
anybody else wants to be chair, go right ahead.
So we probably do need to do a formal vote on it. And I'd be then glad to laminate the instructions for you.
and somebody second Debbie, right? Somebody
I'm
second,
happy to second that.
Randy second. Do I call do we vote on it? We vote on it?
Yeah,
Before we go into this, I'm going to abstain, and not because I'm objecting to Debbie in any way, shape, or form, but I'm not a full member of the board, so it's probably best I don't vote in this.
But BJ, don't you want to be a full member of the board?
Yeah.
Don't you
Yes,
want to move from alternate to regular member since?
correct.
so have you not been instated yet, BJ?
I don't know. I haven't got, I sent it off, but haven't heard back. I think the council has to vote on it,
Okay,
or approve, however that so happens, but, at this point, I'm just an alternate, so it probably just for aesthetics, it's best that I abstain.
okay.
Debbie, you gotta get 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 4.
Okay, I guess that means I can't play like I'm in second grade and not vote for myself.
All right. No. Well, all those in favor of Debbie Solberg being president of the Board of Adjustment, say aye.
Aye.
You need a roll.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Do you want me to poll the commission? Scott
Sure.
Nixon,
Aye.
Randy Sprague,
Aye.
Tom Waltz,
Aye.
BJ Papillo's abstained, and Debbie Solberg votes aye.
All right. Congratulations. See
So
Well done.
do we need
Danny
a
and
vice
Spirit.
chair, Danny?
Unless You could nominate a new vice chair.
Well, or a person to do the reading or whatever.
I can still do that. I think I'm still vice chair technically. so-
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so Scott will still be vice chair. All right, that works.
Okay, one of you guys have to get ready to read those things when I can't.
Yeah.
make it.
Basically, what's thinking it through about what's involved is you just read the ordinance that pertains to what we're
Yep.
docket item, right? Pretty much, and take roll.
Yep.
There's no magic.
And kind of, if it comes down to it, trying to help moderate the discussion and convene discussion and get ideas across. But you guys do that pretty well amongst yourselves already.
Do we need another alternate?
We are, since BJ will be, instated as a full member, we will be seeking a new alternate. If anybody has any recommendations they want to.
I have one.
Okay.
Peter might know him from his city days. Justin Harmon he was actually a fill-in for somebody, but now he lives in the district for one of the attorneys at one point. Now he lives in the district and he asked me about it. So if he hasn't contacted Mara,
Okay.
I will we'll dragoon him shortly. But
Okay.
he's a
Okay, great.
city attorney, so he should be a good fit. Unless Peter has stories on him from the city days. No.
Did everybody have a good holiday?
Oh yeah.
It's a little boring.
My dad caught COVID, so we canceled Christmas,
Oh, no.
but he made it through all right. He
Well,
he
that's
just plugged on through.
Good.
All right.
All right. Well, congratulations, Debbie.
well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Danny, we have business next month. Do you know?
We did not receive any applications, so we should not be having any variances next month. Hopefully, we don't receive any appeals to anything we've done wrong recently. So we probably will not be meeting next month.
So Debbie's got 2 months to get in.
Too much to worry, yeah.
The train. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Shall we adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. All right, guys. We'll see you in 2 months.
Good night.
Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good meeting, everyone.
Yeah.
Good evening.